let's talk about minimalism. Unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard of minimalism, this new thing that people seem to be running towards about bare houses and tiny houses and less stuff. So what is it exactly? You'll find these single people who wander around the world and own only a suitcase of stuff. But is that really realistic for families? Is that really realistic for people in general? Not necessarily. Minimalism is often touted as having only these bare essentials and depriving yourself of all sentimentality and anything other than small, tiny, plain, modern, that's it. And while that might be the technical definition for some people, that's really not what the heart of minimalism is. If you follow people like the minimalists or Ali Casazza or Joshua Baker, I will link all of them for you to check out. The Minimalist documentary, for instance. Most of them, even if they do live the lifestyle of a suitcase or wandering around the world, most of them subscribe to a little bit different idea of what minimalism is. If you follow me on Facebook or Twitter, and you should, they're always linked below, I have been posting some things that Ali Casazza, this fabulous mom of 4 little kids, has been really helping other women with. She has a website called the Purposeful Housewives. She has a Periscope and Facebook and Twitter and all of these things where she helps moms get their lives back. It's this whole thing, you've probably seen it on the news or on blogs and whatever. It's kind of gone a little bit viral about her throwing out all her kids' toys. And that's a little bit of an extreme way to put it, but essentially she did. She purged her entire huge house, downsized majorly, and got her life back because she was no longer spending hours washing dishes and doing laundry and picking up toys over and over again. And her kids were playing with each other and not super bored because they were actually using open-ended toys and not electronic toys that did all the playing for them. I could go on and on. When I found Ali, I was just like, yes, this is me, this is me, this is me. I talked about that a little bit in a video a couple months ago. And I actually ended up enrolling in her course just because I wanted that extra accountability. That means I can't just play around, because I can declutter my house. I've been doing it all of my life. I am trained as a professional organizer. I have the skills and knowledge to do so. And I have the motivation, but I don't have the accountability. And it's easy when you're tired and you have a little toddler just to say, oh, I'll do this someday. I just stuff in a room or on the table, and just not deal with it. And I said, you know what? If I put money down and I sit there and I do the coursework, I have to do it. I have to get it done. And I have pretty much done a first wave purge of most of my house. Now, I'm still stuck in the office because there's so much paper in there. And I have a ton of stuff that's just been up in the attic because that's where everything gets dumped. And, we're in the process of giving our daughter the office as her bedroom. So it's this massive switching around of everything in our house. But all of that to say, I don't necessarily say that I am a true minimalist, a minimalist at heart, being that I only have the things that I need or that are even important to me, because I still have a whole lot of stuff. But I think that I have the minimalist heart. I have the desire to live with only the things that we need and use and love and cherish and has great value to us. I think there is still a lot of filler stuff around us, because I do definitely struggle with but I might use this someday. I might need this someday. It might come in handy. I don't know if I can get rid of this because somebody gave it to me. And, we all struggle with things like that. But I do come from a family that is very sentimental. And so it's a little bit harder for me to let go. I have found that when I go through wave 3, 4, 5 purges, I'm a little bit easier to let go of things. For instance, my bookshelf over here, I am literally probably on the 6th purge of my bookshelf, and I have cleared off almost an entire, like a shelf and 3/4, which is crazy because I had like 4 bookshelves packed, and I'm really getting it down because I'm being brutal with myself, saying I may have loved this book once, but if I am not going to reread it and I'm not going to use it and I'm not putting it to use, why am I keeping it? Yes, it may have served me in the past, but if it's not serving me now, or it's not going to serve me in the near future, you know what? It's probably in the library, or I can buy it again for $4 on Amazon, or why am I keeping it just in case? You know, it's a very hard place to get to, and it takes time for people like me who have a hard time letting go of things. Anyways, all that to say, I'm kind of doing a little ramble here, but I would say that I have a minimalist heart and that I am getting there, but I am definitely not, my home is definitely not minimalist yet, but I am working toward it and I am hoping to get there in the future. So when you see me have minimalist videos, it's because I am really trying hard to get there, and it's going to take time. I know it's going to take time, and I know it's going to take probably years, but I don't want to raise my daughter with all of this stuff. I want her to have a few awesome toys. She has way too many and I have gone through them and she still has way too many. I don't think it's about not having any toys or not having, you know, not owning anything. I think it is about managing what you own. So I don't mind having some extra things in the closet that we rotate out for her and things like that. I don't think she literally only needs 4 toys. I think that we can maybe have 4 toys out and then, you know, switch those out to keep it fresh. But I don't think there's this ideal of you need only this many clothes and this many things, because it's different for everybody. What the things that you love and the things that you use are going to be different. And so, you know, I do like to bake, and I do have quite a few appliances, and my kitchen is small, and I wish it were less cluttered, but we're using the things that are in there. And so that's the way it is right now. You know, later on when our kids are older and we don't have bottles and baby food and all that stuff, our kitchen will be more spacious, and that's just the way life is. So all that to say, minimalism is something that you are going to see more of on this channel. If you have any questions or you have requests, things you want me to talk about, please leave those in the comments below. I will definitely try to do that in the future. If you want to subscribe, hit that button up there. I do videos on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Minimalism videos will typically be on Fridays. I kind of do my homey type things on Fridays. And I look forward to talking to you more about minimalism in the future. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.